This episode is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/wickedtheory. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from the kitchen nook of the X Mansion, where Cyclops forgot to clean up after making a grilled cheese. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast.
Bravo!
A salute, eh? That's nice. It's a Wicked Theory Podcast. I'm your host. My name's Bill Sweeney because that's what my mom calls me.
Ken!
And every week we get together, I bring some friends, we get nerdy, we get a little wordy. And, that's what we do. So sitting around is, where do we start this week? I'll go with this guy. That's my buddy Jay.
Yep.
And then I got my brother Bob.
Hey, what's up?
And I got Ed.
More like a ninja. Terrible what passes for a ninja these days.
And Ed's just always got to throw a wrench in it.
I think what he's saying, though, is he's a nanja.
He's a nanja.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't ready for it. It threw me off more than I can handle. What?
Nothing.
Or a lounger.
I'm lost already.
He likes to lounge
I'm going to
around.
go home. That's it. I'm going home.
You are home.
That's shit. All right, then I'm just going to put my head down. But remember back in school?
All right, so I'm Uncle Jay.
In the words of the great Henry Winkler.
Welcome to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
I don't know where I am.
I don't either.
Thank you
I don't
for that.
either. It's like I'm watching 3 different shows right now. Each one of you's got their own thing going on. Bob's doing the fucking Corleones.
Well,
Ed's talking
that's-
Henry Winkler. I'm so distracted.
Hey.
I'm actually trying to keep things tied together because you announced Jay. Jay's Italian.
Yeah, so you had the Godfather thing.
Right, but that's my point. You were
So if
doing
you're just
one thing,
joining
he's
us-
doing something else, and then by the time, never mind.
Trash!
I'm going home. Did I say that already?
And you're here. You already are home.
Fuck. Deja vu.
He thinks about faking. He pretends.
I'll go sit on the couch.
So if you're just joining us, welcome to the Wicked Theory Podcast. I'm Uncle Jay, and here we are.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the train wreck.
Welcome to the train wreck, fellas.
I just watched a very different type of short film, and I'm trying to gather my thoughts right now.
All right.
So if I seem scattered, I apologize.
You're still processing.
It's not a short film. It was a snuff film.
It was a short snuff film.
No, that was me.
that's
You're talking
why-
about me.
That's why you feel
Jay's into.
traumatized right
Wrong
now.
guy.
All right,
Well,
so
that's why he's traumatized right now.
it's just not for him. All right, so this is episode 110.
Hey.
We made it here. And this week we're gonna, as usual, we'll do a little nerd news. We probably, maybe we got some emails. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
You just never know. The DC.
At least unless Gmail is down.
Well, we don't use the stinking Gmail. We got our own mail. And if people want to ever send in one of those, they can send it to podcast@wickedtheory.com.
Podcast
It's not one of those stinky Gmail accounts.
at wickedtheory.com.
We're fancy.
Are we all going to repeat after Bill so we can go around the table?
Just everybody gets
Podcast.
There you
at
go.
wickedtheory.com. Jay, your turn.
Podcast.
Train wreck. The final frontier.
I'm seriously going to go sit on the fucking couch. All right. The coffee helped, but I don't know. I warned Ed earlier. I'm like, I might get sassy today. I might come out of my fucking out of line.
And I'm sorry because I'm getting kind of loopy right now.
I know. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
know
You
why.
had 20 minutes on the couch to snooze somehow during
So Ed, who's in the chat?
somehow during a Bill Burr comedy special.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that I'm the guy who got up at 1? I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, got up at 6:30,
Yeah.
and you guys are tired and taking naps.
You were off the day before that, though, right?
Don't say me.
I didn't work that day before. No.
Okay. So you might have had some
I only
pre-rest.
had 5.5 hours sleep.
You
though.
might have had some pre-rest.
I'm totally awake, man.
No one asked you.
So we got Wesley Ryan
Oh,
Gaskins.
yeah, wait, no, he did.
We got Wesley Ryan Gaskins in the chat.
course we do. You know why? Because Wesley's the fucking best.
Well, it's John Zombie, John Thompson.
And he's pretty good, too.
And Thomas K.
Hey, TK.
That was above 90.
Who wants some answers?
Oh, for what kind of questions? What did we do wrong already?
He says, Ed does DC. Who does Marvel?
I need a drink.
What happened? What did he want?
If we did a Marvel report, it would take like most of the show.
Well, he wants someone to talk about Marvel Avengers Secret Wars on Disney XD.
Well,
I saw.
none of us are prepared for
When
that.
we get a 12-year-old on the show on a regular basis, we'll give him.
I saw.
Hey guys, I want to talk about.
Fuck you, kid.
I saw like
Mickey Mouse.
I saw like a mini clip on YouTube featuring Miss Marvel.
Okay. Well, how'd it look?
It looked interesting. It looked cool.
Not completely talking down. Like, I mean.
No.
I mean, that's usually my issue. Is that like sometimes they're like little. I know that on the Disney Channel they run the Marvel shows almost in like 3 tiers.
Yeah.
Where it's like real little kids, then it's like young kids, and then it's like teens probably weaning off of cartoons. Let's give them something cool on the way out.
Yeah. No. This looks like it's aimed in like the 10 to 12-year-old range.
Okay. 10 to 12th grade.
Yeah.
Kids who shouldn't be watching.
Yeah. No. Like 4th to 6th grade.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's grade 4 through grade 6 for you
Fucking
Canadian
doing coke over
folks.
there? What the fuck?
Yeah. Bastards.
Nobody shares anymore.
No.
Ed's
but
making jokes at the Canadians' expense.
that's not true.
He means every word of it. It's never a joke.
Sad, but
It's
true.
sad.
I just
but
want
true.
to say, oh, Canada,
David Cronenberg.
I wonder which
you
one of
make great beer.
I really want to
Swimming
know.
in non sequiturs today,
Please,
folks. Can you keep
please,
track of the non
our Canadian
sequiturs?
listeners, please tell us which of us is offending you more. I really want to know.
I haven't said one thing that's fucking offensive.
I'll chop down a
Really,
maple.
I'm kissing Canada's ass. Where you coming from?
Yeah, exactly. Speak for yourself over there.
I'll chop down a maple tree. I don't care. I'm a rebel, and I'll drain all the maple syrup out.
Well, I'll do that too because I play guitar and there's maple and guitars. So, and I like my maple.
And I'm
bacon.
smoking a cigar, having a beer, and trying to kick it back into play, but I guess that's how it works.
Do you like hockey?
Anyone check
no,
out
Jay?
nothing's working.
Anyone check out Justice League Action this morning? It featured the Atom, Cyclops, Brainiac attacked, and there was Kandor. It was amazing.
Who's in the chat? I don't know. I just 8 minutes in. Eight minutes in. We
Agent Palmer's in the chat.
are. Is he yelling
Hey,
at us?
Fazooch! Agent Fazooch!
Agent Fazooch.
Agent Fazooch, hey! Come se llama?
Hey, Fazooch, huh? I want everybody in the chat room try to spell Fazooch. Whoever gets the closest.
Fazooch!
Whoever gets the closest gets a ring of the bell. We'll ring the bell for you.
I'll give you a
Agent
clue.
Palmentary.
If there's a Z or an E in there, you're wrong.
Wow, you're really making it hard. Okay.
Shut up, Palmer.
What did he say?
Oh no, he's trying to yell at us in the chat.
Oh, well, we don't listen to him.
Agent Fazooch.
No, we do, but just not in there.
You know what? Just don't wear your glasses, guys,
Okay.
and you can't read it. So he's not. It's like he's not yelling.
I'm making
Okay.
Palmer an efficient Italian.
Okay.
Fucking roller coaster! I swear to God, this fucking show.
Okay, guys, stop, slow down,
Of love.
slow down. I really think we need to start going someplace.
We should just edit, Bill. You should just edit the last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
like beep beep.
Not
beep,
even.
Beep, beep,
It's
beep,
priceless
beep, beep.
material. This is why they come to Wicked Theory, for this kind of shit.
Before we come busting out of the gate
Holy
like in
shit.
900 miles an hour.
We've been doing this for 8 minutes. We need to go.
So we got John Zombie, John Thompson in the chat,
they're-
Wesley
they're
Ryan
enjoying it.
Gaskins. We got Wicked Theory. We got Ed O'Hare. We got me, Uncle Jay.
I think
There you
Thomas
go.
K, Agent Palmer, and Bob.
Okay, we've now gone over who's in the chat 3 times. For this
All right,
episode.
fair enough. Fair enough. Who's in the
let's-
chat?
Let's ask the people in the chat room. Let's ask them to do a chat game.
Yeah, let's give them something to do besides
Yes.
listen.
Yes.
What
and
do we got this week?
The hashtag for
Yeah.
this week is Sandwich a Cop Show.
Ooh.
Take a police show,
Yeah.
a television show that features cops,
Yes.
police detectives,
Stick with the thing.
and make a sandwich out of them.
Right.
For example,
Yeah.
examples include chicken Colombo
Yeah.
and iron sides of bacon on rye.
Nice. You know what? I like a nice chicken Colombo Parmesan myself.
Ah,
You know, you got to have the sauce and the cheese.
that's
You
true.
know, it's all about the mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Nobody be sandwiching Cagney and Lacey now.
NYPD blue cheese salad.
That'd be no fun.
There you go, folks. So those are your examples. Run with them, but don't hurt anybody. Okay?
right.
Make sure they're pointed down towards the ground. Right?
Yes.
How about at this point we do news?
Is it safe?
No. Were you scolded?
No, the answer
No.
is
I didn't scold you yet this
I
week.
think I'm having the most fun, to be honest with you.
You are. You are. You certainly are.
You are. You
You
are.
are.
What are you driving, Miss Daisy? You are my best friend. You are.
watch out, Blanche. You're in that chair.
I'll sit in the back and shut your mouth.
Music clock. Music clock.
The news team.
News. So there's been a lot of talk lately about this.
Because you're running your mouth.
New trailer. This new trailer, not for the Spider-Man movie, but for the new Spider-Man video game on PS4.
Yeah, so E3 happened over the course of the beginning of the week.
That is the Electronics Entertainment Expo.
That's right, in case you didn't know what those 3 E's were. And
Thank you.
lot of mobsters.
Thank you, Bob.
lot of mobsters there. Hey, listen.
Where's my fucking Spider-Man disc?
These video games, we're gonna start getting a piece of this, all right?
Eh?
You want your video games? You're gonna have to pay $75 freaking at the store, all right?
PS fucking 4 Spider-Man disc.
Keep it up. It's gonna be $89.99.
I'll wrap this up by saying I don't know what it is, but I know there's a Mario joke in here somewhere.
Give me 50 bones.
So anyway,
Oh, E3 is in LA. I thought it was in Chicago.
I don't think it
That
matters.
music
It's-
doesn't make sense.
No, but it doesn't make a difference anyway because this is not in our town. So that's all that ever matters to us. So anyway, if you haven't seen it, the gameplay trailer for Spider-Man 4 looked kind of bonkers, man. Like it just really looked super fluid, and it was geez, like it looks like a roller coaster ride that you actually you're in the middle of. It's not just like these crazy cut scenes that. The one thing I took away from it is that the guy who's doing it, who's doing the gameplay, has got to be like the best absolute guy on the development team at playing through, because like I can't imagine that is that easy. that I know I would have died
sure.
12 times.
Yeah, I'm sure they had him recording his run-throughs
All
for
day long.
hours.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hours.
yeah, absolutely.
And they probably cut it all together. And
I mean, that's possible too. But so it's mostly this fight scene between Spidey and like 3 or 4 thugs. So what's really just amazing to me is all the movement as he's, hitting guys, kicking them, and then shooting other guys with webs. It's just the combo system or the fight system. It just looks so super fluid. It's like watching him in a movie or in a cartoon or something like that. And then when it actually kind of in the later half part of the trailer, when it finally gets into like when the scene gets actually crazy over the top, real how it would in the movie, it feels much more like a Nathan Drake kind of thing where it's not a full cinematic. And you do probably have to hit some buttons in the right time, but you're running along the side of buildings as fast as you possibly can to stop a giant crane from crashing over. It's like, you know how like in every movie now, like there's 4 scenes that should be like the finale because it's so over the top. Yeah, that's how this sequence felt. But I was super psyched for it. I was like, I hate the costume that he's wearing, this version of the costume, but
Yeah,
I
it's got
love
this
it.
big white spider on both sides of it.
I
That just
don't
doesn't.
know. It looks like Nike sponsored him or something.
So
like,
you
I don't
cashing
know.
this?
I'm gonna double cash.
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 looks good.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Is this going to be coming on the Xbox?
I don't know. At least not initially, anyway.
I'm getting a little offended over here.
Well, I'm an Xbox guy. You want offended? I had 7 PlayStation 2s in 5 years, and I had 6 PlayStations in 5 years. That's why I play Xbox now.
Nice.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
Sony wants me back. They're going to have to give me free PlayStations for a friggin' while.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Moving on.
Yes.
some X-Men news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon Kinberg.
Who's that?
He's the Kevin Feige of the X-Men universe.
But
of the Fox Marvel films.
but not that great.
no.
Okay. But not so good.
He's hit or miss.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So he's been trying to convince Fox to let him direct the next X-Men movie.
Right.
For a while now, and he finally landed the job. So
Hey, well, if you bother people long enough, eventually they break.
Simon Kinberg's finally been tapped to helm X-Men: Dark Phoenix, which Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Fassbender, and James McAvoy have all signed on.
Yeah, it's like
And-
the whole team back together.
Yes, and
Everybody who said they weren't going to do another one.
yes, and Jessica Chastain is in talks to play the villain.
Great choice.
No, she's a good actress, but
Empress Lilandra.
yeah, Lilandra. I think she's bad casting for it myself because I feel like it's the one opportunity that somebody of like just some kind of little more ethnic would make more sense. she's just so freaking Irish. It doesn't work for me. But hey, you know, I'm not saying she doesn't have the acting chops. She can pull off anything, and it's just all about bathing somebody in makeup for the most part anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah. You think it's I'm sorry. You think it's going to be a Tilda Swinton kind of moment?
No, I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's not about like, oh, the character is supposed to be an ethnic character.
No,
I just mean that like it's like for a certain level of otherworldly exoticness or just kind of other thing. I feel like it's almost like a waste of her skill set, maybe too. But I don't know. She just doesn't feel right to me. It's for Lalandra, and it's an alien queen, magistrate kind of thing. The Shi'ar, she's the queen, and she leads the Shi'ar, who are huge in the X-Men lore at a certain point, and just never really touched on except maybe like, you know, animated stuff. The 90s cartoon definitely touched on to it, pulled all that straight from the Dark Phoenix saga. But I mean, here's the thing, you know, it means that they're obviously pulling from the Dark Phoenix saga in a lot of ways that we probably weren't thinking they were gonna. So either be real nervous or hopeful.
I think this is a good choice, especially for someone of her caliber of acting, because she's one of the better actresses out there right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're going to take the Dark Phoenix character and put her on the screen, this is a step in the right direction to do so. You know what I mean? If you're thinking of somebody a little bit more Irish, I'm sure she can pull off an Irish accent. Easy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's not. I'm saying she's going to be paying, if she's playing Lalandra, she's an alien queen. I mean that Chastain looks too Irish.
Oh, she looks too Irish.
She's too pasty. She's too gaunt. You know what I mean? She's just
Cupid doll.
and the act
Because
it's not about acting, because the woman will act her way just to save children on a sinking bus. I mean, like, she's an incredible actress. It's not about her acting chops. I'm just saying, as a visual thing, you're gonna have to, you know, you're gonna end up with something else. You know?
I think
Makeup.
No, but that's what I'm saying too. Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you know, obviously you just kind of bury her underneath makeup. Well, Lalandra's just all about giant headdresses anyway.
Yeah. I don't think this is gonna be an issue. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Jessica Chastain. I think I've been quoted on the show. She is my favorite actress.
I think also too. She's slumming, but that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole.
That's a whole.
Seems to be a bit of a theme going on now since Suicide Squad with female otherworldly evil people. You know what I mean? Bad guys. Well, 'cause you have Suicide Squad, and I noticed a very similar one with the Mummy. To me, that she seems very similar.
Yeah.
And now this one.
There you go.
There you go.
Just
Like it?
my thought. My thought on the whole thing.
Bob's thought of the day.
Not always a good one, but you know.
Hey, you get it whether you like it or not.
It's a thought. You know, it's a thought.
All right.
Bill, could you explain this next article?
I can.
All right, boys have a penis, and girls have a mystery box.
You just walked into that.
All right. So I don't know.
That was like a
I don't
giant
know
oak
why
door
this one's in
hitting
here. I
the
think
thing.
maybe Jay put this in here. Deadwood movie on HBO's radar.
Well, we had spoken about Deadwood a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I was thinking Viagra might help me out.
Well,
Nobody?
no, basically,
Oh,
Deadwood. Thanks. Thank you, Ed.
cute, very cute.
I try. I don't succeed, but I try.
Anyway, what's next? Deadwood was a really awesome show for
Absolutely.
HBO about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
They ended on the third season abruptly and left a lot of loose ends. So since then, they've been trying to put together a HBO movie tying up all these loose ends. And finally, David Milch submitted his script. And it looks like it's gearing up to get done as soon as he gets off of True Detective season 3.
Season 3. See, that's the thing I was going to say is that I knew... I couldn't remember if he's just known for being a guy who takes his time with things, or if this was a project that he kind of was like, when I get to it, I'll get to it. It's not like
No,
the emergency for me.
It was more...
Other people.
Well, it was more in development hell for years.
Right, because he wasn't going to go chasing it down if HBO wasn't keyed into it.
Well,
really.
I don't remember the story of why it didn't continue because the ratings were hot. You know, it was one of the best shows on television back then.
Yeah.
And both Kim Dickens, who's now on Fear the Walking Dead, and
Right.
Ian McShane, who's now on American Gods,
Yeah.
Whenever they sit down and have an interview, they're always asked about Deadwood.
Well, yeah.
And they both read the script and said it's fantastic. I'm just ready for them to call me.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see if it happens.
Cool.
I'm sure a lot of fans will be.
I just want you to remember that no one asks Alan Alda about Aftermash. All right. Whatever.
It's a different beast.
Yeah. A little bit.
Well,
a little bit.
a
I
different
actually lived
beast.
through Aftermash, and that was horrid.
Yeah.
Although the Atari game was fun.
I didn't even know there was an
There was an
for
Atari game.
Aftermash.
Yeah. No, not Aftermash. It was just called Mash.
Well, I want the one for Aftermash.
Okay.
think
Well, we'll
that's-
develop one. And
I think that's Atari's secret project.
Yeah,
So
I think,
to
I actually think
Xbox.
that's in a landfill alongside ET.
Fair enough. I think it's their secret project. If you watch D3, you know they got a secret project. I think there's another one here from Jay.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
John G. Alvinson.
Oh, yeah. Director John G. Alvinson, director of Rocky, died. 81 years of old.
Yes.
81 years of age.
What are some other?
He
Because the
direct-
name is not familiar to
Well,
me,
he
although
dir-
it probably
he-
should be.
He directed the best Rocky movie and the worst Rocky movie.
And the
So-
Karate Kid.
So you sold me 2 movies.
Actually, all 3 Karate Kids with Ralph Macchio.
Oh, okay.
Directed a really weird movie with Belushi and Aykroyd called Neighbors.
Saw it.
I remember Neighbors.
Some of it, I think, was shot here in Staten Island, and some of it in Jersey too.
Yeah,
It's-
weird places.
It's a very odd film if you've
Yeah, a
ever
little bit.
seen it. It's not that it's terrible; it's just that it's very odd.
Hey, it's not the Burbs. You know what I mean?
It kind of almost
It's in that wheelhouse.
the Burbs kind of reaches out to that a little bit.
Yeah.
And Save the Tiger, which Jack Lemmon won the Oscar for.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Lean on Me, he's directed.
Joe.
Joe is a really
Joe.
good fucking movie.
That's like Peter Boyle. Like that was
Being his most Peter Boyle-ish.
He's
It's 1970, Peter Boyle.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I can't
1970.
handle thinking about it.
He's an angry man with an axe to grind.
And in a bathrobe with a cigar.
He hates hippies and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
goes on this
Oh,
little
it's one of
bit
these
a-
guys,
Yeah.
angry grandpa, basically. And then gets his comeuppance at the end from some little kid,
Yeah.
some little girl with like a Pepsi or a Coke.
with a young Susan Sarandon in it.
See,
movie.
I'm not far from wrong.
But he won an Oscar for directing Rocky. He was a really good director, I thought. So, yeah, man. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
That was his moment. All right. And then what we got here now? Some more Justice League.
Okay, so this is a little hint. My friend Satan turned me onto this.
Oh, wait, sorry. That was wrong.
There are some set pics from the Justice League reshoots that Joss Whedon is directing that
Okay.
have leaked that show we may be seeing the Hall of Justice. There's some tarps and there's
The
a
Hall of
curve-
Justice.
There's a curved dome and yeah. If anyone remembers the Super Friends, that might be the direction that we're going in.
But I thought we already kind of. Or isn't there a real building that looks like it that was
Yeah.
modeled after, like somewhere?
That's what I'm saying. That's what these pics are.
Besides this, I meant. I thought there was like some other real.
A real life building.
Yeah, or if there's other pictures, because I could have sworn I saw.
Well, the water or the walkway kind of does look like the pool at the Lincoln Memorial.
All right, well, kids, maybe we're getting that then. Good luck to you. Hope you get what you want.
Well, if it's there, fuck it. Let
And I
it be.
hope when you
What-
get it, it's what
you
you
know,
wanted.
I mean, this is a lot of people. A lot of people like Wonder Woman, and a lot of people like the fact that Zack Snyder was not involved in that. And the circumstances of him stepping back are very, very sad. But to see Joss Whedon, you wonder, like, is how far of a different direction is he going to take these in?
Speak for yourself, Ed.
All right.
No, it's just even a question of is it
Well, he
really
can't.
going to go in any
Is it
different
really,
direction?
well, because like originally it was like he was writing reshoots, and then when Zack stepped back, he kind of stepped forward. And now, based on the info that's coming out, it may be a lot more invasive than we originally thought.
Well,
So,
here's the thing. I think too, when the whole thing happened with his with Zach's family, that I think, there's some time from that incident to when he finally handed it over, and it's a question of I don't know, they kept it under wraps and all, but maybe he lost sight a little bit because he was mentally distracted. Who knows? But I don't know. I just don't feel like Whedon's gonna come in and totally throw the whole thing out the window. I mean, I don't think it's going to be so obvious to people.
I don't know. We'll see.
I know everything that's funny in there. People are going to be like, oh, there must be a Joss Whedon scene because it's something cute, and I liked it. And I can't wait till a bunch of people find out, like, no, that was a Zach thing, or vice versa, or ha, life is not what you fucking think. Stop prejudging every goddamn thing. But that's me.
Sorry, 5 minutes after learning that lesson, they forget it anyway.
Well, that's the other thing. Ugh. People and the lack of learning stuff. Hey, how about that chat room game? What were those kids up to in there?
All right, so here we go. The hashtag.
Yeah, what was
Sandwich a Cop Show.
Sandwich a Cop Show.
So here we go. We got TJ Hooker Club.
Oh,
BLT Blue.
Nice.
Brooklyn 99 Foot Hero.
Okay,
That's a big sandwich.
that is a big sandwich.
Blue Bloods.
What?
Blue Bloods. Spelled BLEU.
Bleu.
Like blue cheese?
Like bleu cheese.
Yeah.
Cordon bleu?
Le cordon bleu.
Law and Order Subway Vegans Unit.
Oh, there you go. Gotta keep those initials.
Meatball Undercover.
Okay. just spitting right there. Just meatball. Okay.
One Atom 12-inch sub.
Nice.
Law and Side Order of Coleslaw.
Nice.
Streets of Philly Cheese.
Okay. All right.
CSI Chimichanga.
Okay.
Chicago P Deep Dish. Car 54 Where's My Pizza.
That one gets a bell.
PBJ Hooker. Monte Cristo PI.
Okay. Sounds like a show.
Ruben 911.
That sounds like a show.
Parmigiana 5-0. And CSI Club Sandwich Investigations.
Nice.
Like Parmigiana 5-0.
Bells for everybody.
There we go.
Keep on playing if you want to keep on playing, guys. Have fun with it. But we're going to jump over into the old... Meanwhile section. So what have people been up to? Ed, I see you caught that episode of Powerless.
Yeah, so the DC TV report was looking kind of lean this week because the only show that was around was iZombie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like that might be that for about 2 more weeks before that show wraps up, and then we got Preacher, baby. But we had on Friday, DC Entertainment finally decided to release one of the 3 unaired episodes of Powerless.
Right.
That featured special guest star Adam West.
Right.
As Chairman Dean West.
Now, was this the last thing he filmed? Was this the last work he did? Or do we not know that really?
We don't know that for sure. They're saying it's the last guest appearance he made.
Okay.
He also, I also found out today on IGN that he did record all of his voice work for the sequel to the Batman animated film they made last year.
I did see that too.
That's Batman versus Two-Face.
Right.
Two-Face being played by William Shatner.
I want to know how Family Guy's going to be affected by this. I really want to know.
Yeah.
Well, they'll do something. I'm sure. Are they still doing new episodes of Family Guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No. They've got because they have to renew that show like 2 years at a time. So I think they still have a lot of episodes in the can that he might have already recorded. But yeah, no, and it's the same thing. I was saying that show is getting better with every episode, and I think this episode was a high point.
I just want to let people know that Jay's still here. I know you haven't heard him in like 3 minutes, but he's
I'm
still
trying
here.
to give Ed his fucking 5 minutes here for his fucking meanwhile, man. What the fuck, dude? Fucking with me?
No, but my favorite part of the
not at all.
part of the episode is right before every commercial break, Adam West would somehow be on screen, and he'd actually turn into the camera and say, "Will our heroes?"
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was great.
Yeah. And then it turns out at the end that he was actually talking to a tree.
Oh, man, I wish we still did like full segment breaks. Fucking, I would have loved to slip those in. Back in the old days when I used to actually go back into the episode and put little clips of shows and stuff in.
Yeah.
Those would have been great to have. Will our heroes make it? Far now. Adam West. From Family Guy. He just starts singing his own name.
And one other quick thing I did want to mention. Since there's a lot of stuff on TV, I've been trying to wait until full seasons come out and binge them all at once. And I dug into the Badlands this week.
So let me ask you. Well, you're going to tell us anyway. What do you think of it coming out of it like that?
I was a fan of the first season, and I've only seen the premiere so far. So binging hasn't really happened yet. That's probably going to happen tomorrow. But I'm really excited. And what's funny is 5 minutes into it, my reaction was it was like, this is so great, but it was really more like, oh my God, Iron Fist was awful. Oh my God.
Yeah, really.
That was so bad.
If you really want to see martial arts action, I swear to God, it's crazy stuff on Into the Badlands, but it can't keep my attention for whatever reason. I even tried to give season 2 a shot, which was not that it was a reboot in any way, but you can tell they stepped up the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
so I started watching it when Walking Dead ended and that kicked in.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, I'm digging the visuals. I'm digging this kind of whole thing here. We're going for the rest of the world.
Yeah,
getting a little broader in it, but it was the whole world. I just really kind of didn't latch on to anybody in a way. It's probably one of those things. Maybe binging it helps.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the two characters out of the gate was Nick Frost comes in and he plays this guy. I see opportunities.
Yeah. But somehow I'm locked in here in a prison, in a work camp prison with you.
Yeah.
Sweaty and dirty. Yeah. I'm not,
But I don't know. I'm game.
Yeah, but Nick Frost season 2, he comes in.
Yeah.
And that's what got me into it too. I'm like, all right, we got this guy coming around, a little comedic relief, because that was the other thing too. Everybody was so uber serious and not all the greatest actors at that point, where it was a little clunky feeling, in the first couple episodes. I'm sure it got better, but I see you're kind of there's a little bit of a couple of actors.
There are some rough patches, but there's it's the one thing where those fight scenes, man.
Well,
those
that's
fight
the thing.
scenes make it.
That's what I wanted to say about the actors. It's like a trade-off. It's okay, we got a guy who's not the greatest actor, but he fucking kicks ass with the martial arts.
You know who I think is a great actor on that show is the Widow.
Who comes in who's overacting. She's the really evil lady on the show.
Yeah.
And she's red-haired, right? And she comes in doing cartwheel kicks and shit. That lady?
Yes.
Scarlet. Her name should just be Scarlet because she's in red from head to toe all the time.
Emily Beecham.
Fine.
But no, in the premiere, she has one where she just goes through and lays out 80 people. Just walking through this warehouse and just everyone's trying to run from her, but it's oh my God, that was incredible.
I'm not going to give him any.
Incredible fight scene.
I'm not going to give him any real credence, but people should just really see Palmer's ongoing chats in our private chat that they can't see in the document.
Yeah,
I'm just watching him because I can never tell he's all caps and exclamation points.
We should put that out on Twitter as a screenshot after the show ends. It's a preview.
Yeah.
This is
this
is how we drove Palmer crazy.
Yeah. Well, now that we should have saved it. Yeah. Because now that he knows he's not gonna, he's gonna be reserved and hey, listen, I'm just trying to help out here. I don't mean to yell at anybody.
So that's my bit. What do you guys want to talk about?
All right. So me and Jay got some overlap. So let's go with your first one there, Jay. You saw Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I saw the fifth one. I had some time to kill because I was in the area.
This is a 27-hour movie?
Wait, no, actually, they shortened them down to a solid 2 hours. I think they've learned their lesson that way. I'm just going to make this short and sweet. It's not terrible by any means. It's a lot of fun. If you like that sort of thing, it's a lot of shut up.
Is it better than number 4? Because I was not a fan of number 4.
You know what? They're all the fucking same, really. You know what I mean? The only thing, I really like Javier Bardem. Okay. And Javier Bardem really brings it to the table here. I mean, he's a really good actor. I think that the franchise kind of needed a little oomph, and he's definitely the kind of actor that can give it a little bit more spice.
What about Young Jack?
It's nothing spectacular. Mm-hmm. It's nothing, but it's fun. It's a nice, matinee film. It's a lot of fun. 3 American tacos.
What about Young Jack? Baby Jack?
Didn't
he look fresh-faced and supple?
It actually wasn't that bad as far as the CG. I think they're getting better and better with that. Mm-hmm. But it's fun, it's harmless, you know what I mean? It's nothing extravagant. We're not seeing anything innovative. It's just a fun matinee film if you like that sort of thing. I had fun with it. It was.
But as far as the
American
franchise
Tacos.
goes, it doesn't really do anything too new.
No, it's a little bit better than the
quality-wise or story-wise, it's better maybe than previous iterations, but it doesn't really do anything new.
I really liked the first two.
Okay.
3 and 4 are kind of,
Well, that's what
I
I've
think
heard
it's better than 3 and 4.
That's kind of what I've heard from people, that 3 and 4 are the rough patches.
But this one brings it back to form, but I don't think we're going to have any more after this.
No?
I think they're done.
And I think at this point, I'm going to try and just live the rest of my life without seeing any of them.
Look, I like fantasy. I like, that sort of thing. I mean, they're not afraid to get dark, which I like.
I always hold up the first one is, to me, like almost a perfect summer movie.
Right.
And I think, but basically what you're saying is this is just kind of like...
It's kind of like, the same kind of stuff, except that they actually got some good actors, involved. And it's far from terrible. It's, it's not great either. You know what I mean?
Standard summer roller coaster.
It's fun. It's fun if you like that sort of thing. I know kids will definitely eat it up. And that's why they make them. So...
Cool.
3 American Tacos.
3. It's a recommendation, folks. Yes. All right. So also in there...
this is where you and I...
Well, yeah, and then... So we'll bring Ed in.
Ed, yes.
Ed watched Raka.
Yes.
And we watched Raka, too. I'm presuming that's how you pronounce it, but it's Rakka. This is from Neil Blomkamp, the guy from Chappie and District 9, and was fringely related.
Elysium.
And Elysium.
I love that you bring up Chappie first. Like
Well,
that's
let's go in reverse chronological order.
That's
kinda.
what he's most known for.
Well, maybe not. How about this?
It's
the things that are most known that he's done.
Yeah.
But he may not be known as the guy who did them.
It's the
Chappie is one of
Yeah,
those.
it's the District 9 guy who almost made an Alien movie.
That's fine too. I was going longer.
I actually like Elysium.
Elysium was okay.
I
It's a
enjoyed
little
that.
Thin.
A little too preachy for me.
Well, all his films, all 3 were preachy.
Yeah, they all had a strong message. They were message kind of movies. So now he's, I don't know if it's his production company necessarily or what the deal is, but Oats, OATS, is a film house, and they are going to be releasing these short films. So Raka is the first one of them, and they're all sci-fi based, pretty heavy sci-fi, and it's like an anthology kind of series, but they're definitely short films with some money behind them. So this is about a 20-minute piece, and really good alien invasion stuff. I mean, it's stripped down, it's small, it's short. Hey, I'll say this about the budget, like, sure, like you can see spots where like, okay, these guys had a limited budget, but only because they spent so much of what they had on the CG and special effects, and bring something that looks a little different or a little unusual, a little unique visually with the aliens and their and everything that is alien, from their ships to all this other interaction stuff. I really liked it.
Yeah, visually it's incredible. There is a lot of CGI in there, but there's a lot of practical effects and explosions that look beautiful. That look 10 times better than if they'd done this with all computer graphics.
Yeah, I was blown away by it as a huge sci-fi fan. I'm a fan of Blomkamp too. Like, first of all, District 9 blew me the fuck away.
Sure.
When I didn't know nothing about it, I sat and I watched that. I just mentioned that I like Elysium, you know what I mean? And Chappie has its moments as well. But he's got a really good grip on science fiction. And I definitely think that he's got like a really good masterpiece still left in him. This, for what he did with the budget and for the time frame he had, I mean, I didn't know that he did this. I just clicked on it and I was like, what in the fuck is this? Blew me away, man. I thought this is very inventive. It's definitely reeks of his style. So, yeah, if you guys, I mean, hop on YouTube and watch this right away. Definitely, it was really, really damn good.
Really, really damn good. Yeah. Put that on your box, on your DVD.
No, he's
box.
good. I mean, I would love him to do an alien film. I'd like to see his take on it. And he's not afraid to get edgy with science fiction too. A lot of people are striving for that fucking PG-13, man, and he's just like solid R all the way. Even Chappie got fucking crazy. You know what I mean, with violence and shit. So I definitely have high hopes for his future projects and whatever he decides to do with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one in this because, like I said, it's an anthology series of some type, so it's all sci-fi heavy. And there's a preview trailer for the series that's out on that channel if you search for it on YouTube, and that's where you can find this RAKKA Raka. All right. So now this is a part where I need help from Jay. Jay,
What?
I'm watching Twin Peaks
Oh, yeah.
2.0 thing on Showtime, and my brain hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, were you sober?
Debatable, but only by legal
That might have been
standards
your
of the state.
mistake.
Only by legal standards of the state that we live in.
I know that's always my mistake.
Too sober. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I watched the series originally back in the days, but not all of it. I think I only got through like a first few episodes, and it was back then, so don't really remember a lot of it clearly. So now I know that you recently watched.
Yeah, I binged them in March. The whole thing.
So this way you were all up to date when this started.
Right. Exactly. Because I had only, through the years, I've only seen the 2-hour pilot and Fire Walk With Me.
Okay.
That's all I've seen like over the years.
Right.
So in March, I actually sat down and I said, you know what? I really think that this show is going to be kind of cool. So I'm going to binge watch Twin Peaks. And Twin Peaks was an innovative show on its own. I mean, it definitely paved the way for a lot of different things, namely
Right.
X-Files, I think. You know what I mean? Definitely is a sister to that, I think. But now is where we talk about David Lynch. Because
Yeah, I feel like you can't really.
David Lynch...
Well, here's the thing I'll say about this, just real quick.
All right.
Is that, like, because it's on cable, it's like he can let the weird all the way out. Or he's just like, I'm going to be as experimental and weird as I want to be
Right.
because now I can.
Right. Which the thing is I like David Lynch's weirdness in his films, but I think it works best when he's got more of a direct narrative like Blue Velvet and Wild at Heart and to an extent Mulholland Drive. To an extent, because there is a story there. Things like Lost Highway, we spoke about this, Ed, that it really just like, what the fuck? And even one that he did called Inland Empire about 10 years ago, which I still to this day don't know what the fuck's going on. but
Actually, I have a little bit on Lost Highway. I forget which podcast I was listening to. It might have been the Empire podcast. I'm not sure, but someone actually explained that Lost Highway was actually David Lynch's take on the O.J. Simpson case. And suddenly it somehow made a little bit of sense to me.
But there's
see, now I got to go back and watch it with that in
some
mind.
metaphoring going on.
I think that, you see, I love David Lynch. I do, you know what I mean? And Twin Peaks was definitely has a direct narrative as well. And then it starts, I think in the middle of season 2 is when they started running out of ideas. They solved the Laura Palmer murder, so then they start bringing in like the Black Lodge and these aliens and shit like that and what have you. Not even aliens, just like a different universe or whatnot, which we see a lot of now. So
Well-
now getting back to what you're asking me.
So that was my thing, is that like, so for me, it's almost like I'm coming in with a clean blank slate.
Right.
Which I don't think is too much of a hindrance because it's weird as fuck from the jump. I think almost anybody's playing catch up now anyway.
Right.
It's not like, we're picking up from a lot of leftover or cliffhanger storylines in any way.
Right.
So you're playing catch up on the current status of everything too, right?
Right. Well,
Coming out of Firewalk with me at least.
If you watch the pilot episode, the very last episode, and Fire Walk With Me, you will probably make heads or tails of
You'll have the
a
important
little
pieces.
bit more. Because
Okay.
even I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But I'm never once bored.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? By
Oh, no.
anything that's going on right now, because I think it's really fucking awesome and strange and fucked up, and
I feel like it's been a thing for him with this, and he's achieving it successfully where other people have failed, and it's a matter of trying to capture dream state and how things kind of time and broken, fractured events, like and how things happen when you're dreaming, and so this other place that we spent some time in on the show. the talking, I think, is a little over the top as far as that, trying to achieve that. I think that's just signature to what he's doing here.
Right.
But everything else with the edit and the overlong holds,
Yeah.
the shots, like just holding for no reason. Like there are certain times where we spend 30 seconds, 40 seconds to a minute with a character where nothing really happens.
Right.
And it's just about trying to like lock you into a moment, into a mood, to you kind of notice that you've been here too long.
Yeah.
And you're like, so what's going on? Okay, I'm just supposed to feel disjointed, and then we move on.
Right.
It's getting like, there's some esotericness to
He's
it.
putting you in the character's seat.
Absolutely.
Is what he's doing,
Yeah.
especially because Colin McLaughlin's all over this. This is basically his
Oh, yeah.
fucking show.
Yeah.
And for anybody who hasn't seen it, the Agent Dale Cooper character has
Right.
been trapped in this black lodge, and his spirit is being possessed by this serial killer guy.
Yeah.
Which now, I don't know how far you got.
Well, I'm not that far. I think I finished episode 3.
But the Dale Cooper is now a criminal.
Well, that's what I knew was
You know
going to
what I mean?
happen.
Yeah,
That's why
he's
I
now
first
a
saw
criminal being possessed by this guy. And
Once I realized that it was kind of like he was trapped, had to get back into his real body kind of a thing.
Right.
I was like, okay, well, when he gets back, he's not probably going to be aware of what this guy's been up to. And he's going to be like, or gets back to the real world, whatever it is, if he's in the body or not, whatever.
Right.
But the fact that, like, once he gets back, he's going to have this guy's fucking life events to deal with repercussions for himself.
Exactly, because he's, Dale Cooper is trying to get out of this Black Lodge.
Right,
And
right.
he goes on this journey inside the Black Lodge where you're just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
And it's weird for being weird's sake sometimes.
Right. But
You
that's
know.
David Lynch, because I think
Yeah.
that David Lynch goes ahead and makes movies based on what he feels makes sense. Doesn't
Oh,
mean
yeah.
that we're going to get
Oh,
it.
no, yeah.
But he makes no apologies. He gives you no
Absolutely.
clues. He's like, here it is. We don't even get like coming attractions or previously on
Oh, you're right. You're right.
bookends on these things.
Well,
You know
here's
what
the
I
other
mean?
thing. Episodes end like intentionally, so you go, oh wait, it's ending here,
Right.
and then credits roll over a scene. Actually, when the ending starts, just out of nowhere.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, it's a little. Well, I don't know if it's Jeopardy, but it's definitely curious.
It does help to watch the series because of some of the characters, but I think a lot of that is just the cool factor of catching up with these characters 25 years later.
Right.
Which was kind of cool in itself.
Oh no, absolutely. I think it's definitely a big part of that.
But
It's
I'm never bored by it, even though there's a lot of it takes its time. It's very drawn out. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious. I'm locked into it, so I'm curious to see what becomes of it. But I do feel that when this season ends, we're not going to get any close to the answers or anything like that.
right.
So it's just if you're a Lynch fan, check it out, man. If
No,
not,
yeah,
if
absolutely.
you're curious, check it out. But
I think you gotta be just
got to be in the mood.
it's weirder than it ever was.
Right.
I think that's what people should just kind of know. And if you're into that, cool, because it's it's not like a restricted kind of weird. Although at times it's corniness kind of weird on purpose.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden it's like, that's the best you can do, or that's just what you... I feel like so much of it's like Lynch does a doodle, and then he's like, okay, special effects guys, bring this to life. And they're like, okay, you want us to use this as a start? And he's
Right.
like, no. Literally, I can't draw, but make it look like that thing anyway.
Okay, guys, I want you to make it look like this. See this? I want it to look exactly like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I'm waiting for that too when he pops up.
But he's good, and once he pops up with the other agent,
Right.
it really there's like some really great comedy stuff in it too. If you
Yeah.
ever seen the other show, but they're two completely different shows. I'm talking
The first,
but there's moments of that plugged in here. This is him unleashed now. You know what I mean? This is him on Showtime now.
Well, it's coming as a recommendation from me because I feel like it's definitely worth for people to check out, make up their own mind. But
Absolutely.
if you can dig some weird, it's definitely where it is right now. It's the weirdest thing on TV, and I'm part of me is just watching it as an experiment because it's like I'm just watching it to see how the weird gets put out. It's like a craft thing or a process thing
Right.
where I'm also watching it on that level because I'm like into that storytelling. Like, how is this guy going to be doing this different? Because I know he's about doing whatever he wants to do.
Right.
Cool.
And probably being on acid during it. Okay. So with that,
Tell us about Audible, Bill.
what are we going to talk about? Audible?
I think we should talk about Audible.
Not yet. So here's the thing, kids. We used to play a game. We did it once, and it was called Wordulary.
Was I part of that?
No, you were not. This was way back in the ancient days.
I wasn't a part of it.
Make that 2 things I'm going to do that I've never done with you guys.
That's right. That's right. So we forgot to mention that too, Jay. That Jay brought some mysterious snacks.
Because I'm never on when you guys are like trying new things out and you're eating and shit.
So we're gonna get to this probably during the after show.
Okay.
So just because looking at time, and plus we don't have anything planned for the after show, but we do now. But right now we're doing.
I got some after show
I'm
for
a
you.
sugar rush around that time, so
Yeah.
that's good.
So here's how this is gonna work, guys. Wordulary is the made-up game of made-up words. So during the week, my job usually, I have a thing. It's just words, just made-up words. They don't really mean anything or
Like
whatever.
fuck job.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
But not as
On the nose.
not as cool. Not as cool as that. So this is how we're gonna do this one. As usual, what we do is, or per the one time we did it, I should say, with Sacco Jones back in episode 20-something. I basically hand these out randomly, or people can just take them. And there's one for each of you. Just check out your word. We'll read it out loud, but then I'm gonna do the ad break while you guys figure out what your definition for this word will be. Keep it as silly or as serious as you want. It's on a big enough piece of paper so that if you need to make a mental note so you don't forget, you can. And when we come back from the ad break, we'll see what you had. So we'll also give them out to the people in the chat room so they
I'm
can come
not
up
sure I
with their
can
own.
read mine.
So I'll help you. I'll help you out. And we'll also give them out to the people in the chat room so that they can kind of play along a little bit too and come up with their own definitions. So since Bob's not sure, I'm going to go with Jay. Jay, what word did you get that you're going to come up with something for?
Well, the word that was given to me was called tungle.
Tungle. Nice.
Tungle.
Oh,
Tungle.
boy. Ed, which one? What did you get?
Flimber.
Flimber. And that means, Bob, however you want to pronounce it, there's 2 ways, I think.
Is it FLOOGINE?
It's either FLOOGINE or FLOOGINE.
Okay.
All right, and then you guys will work with that. Wow. All right, folks. Audible. Folks, I don't know if you know this or not, but you should by now that we have a deal running with Audible. For you guys, listeners of the podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out the service. Now, you probably know what it already is, that it's audiobooks, but you may not realize just what kind of sea of opportunities and coolness awaits you. I was checking it out the other day. There's actually I was like, okay, what Stephen King book am I going to start? And there's 305 Stephen King books. So there's quite some options. You know what I mean? There's quite some options for that. There's a bunch of X-Files stuff. There's a bunch of Captain America stuff. There's some Marvel stuff, things that you probably wouldn't really think were on Audible. Or they're waiting for you. Nerdiest stuff that you can imagine. And it seems to be a lot of original content too, which I was a little surprised. So I'm not sure how that works out for them on their end, how it's some kind of original content or you can only find it there type stuff, But look, they got over 180,000 titles to choose from. So if you go there now and you use our link to help us out, audibletrial.com/Wicked Theory. You're going to get 30-day free trial with a free audio book download just for checking it out and helping us out. I'm a little mush mouth on this one, but folks, that's just the way it goes. Hey, baby, that's just the way it goes. So with that, that brings us back into the old Wordulary. I'll use this.
These are real words, right?
No. These are not real words. There's a made-up game.
We're going to make them real.
Wordulary is the made-up game of made-up words.
Okay.
So made-up definitions.
I wasn't sure if we were using really oddball words and trying to come up with our own definitions.
Sure.
For them,
I mean, either way, it could
just
work.
making up words and
Fair enough.
making up definitions.
All right. So with that, where do we want to start? Who wants to go first?
I had FLOOGINE, right?
Yeah, sure. FLOOGINE.
FLOOGINE.
Hey, FLOOGINE.
All right. FLOOGINE is a vaccine for a new flu virus that is spread.
Where are you going? We're going to be on you in 2 seconds.
Hey.
All right, go. I'll vamp.
All right.
Pain in my ass.
All right. FLOOGINE is
Yeah.
a vaccine for a new version of the flu virus, which is spread via loogies.
Oh, that's gross.
FLOOGINE.
That's gross. So you wait. So the wait. So the virus is spread by the loogies.
By loogie, via loogie.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were
Right.
going to say that the
That's why you combine the flu and loogie.
right. God, that part I got, and the fact that it's a vaccine.
Right.
Right.
It's a vaccine.
Because before the vaccine,
Right.
you were probably
'Cause you
just floogie. People were just floogie because you had
the
them.
INE.
Right.
I didn't really do that on purpose, but you
No,
got
no.
the INE at the end of FLOOGINE at the end of vaccine.
Right.
So you got flu, loogies, flu, and INE at the end.
Yeah.
You can combine them all. You got FLOOGINE.
There you go.
So is this only going to be spread by like 5-year-old boys and girls and adult soccer players?
Does it really need to be
I
spread by
think-
anybody else?
I think it's like them really nasty homeless people, you know, and maybe it's like a Stephen
Yeah.
King thing where like
Well,
once
Jay
you
missed
get,
the whole explanation. He was in there taking a leak.
well, he had to do what he had to do.
He had to go break the seal.
He had to break the seal. So
So I had FLOOGINE, and the vaccine. It's a vaccine for a new flu virus, which is spread via loogies.
FLOOGINE.
FLOOGINE.
That's what I would call friends that happen to be an asshole at that moment. Oh, should we being a fucking FLOOGINE? All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So my word,
Stop being a fucking FLOOGINE.
all right,
the word I selected was flimber,
Flimber.
which I define as the physical ability to float in water for extended periods of time.
Okay, all right, I like it. Flimber.
Mm-hmm.
Flimber.
Yeah, he was so flimber. He stayed in the pool for about 3 hours.
Okay.
He
got
just floated there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then what happened was the reason he had to give up. You didn't tell him that part of the story. He had to quit doing it because they thought he was dead, and they came in with an ambulance and someone
Maybe
was
he's
trying to pull him
practicing
out of
for
the pool.
the Flimber Championships.
Got to remember,
Yeah.
this is New York.
The Olympic Flimber competition's coming up.
To me, it sounds like what somebody goes through when they're having a fucking heart attack. They're flimbering. How's that?
It's pretty good.
All right.
That's pretty good. So what was your word then, buddy? What'd you have?
Mine is tungle.
Tungle.
And the only thing I can think of right off the bat is oral sex performed on a woman. I just gave her a tungle.
Oh.
So that's what it is.
I feel like it might.
I just tungled my girlfriend.
I feel like it might also
Tungle.
mean like a specific area or something. Like it's a taint wash. Kind
Or
of
it could
thing.
be like some kind of laceration in the throat.
I thought it was what
Like a
Axl Rose
tungulitis?
says when I thought it was what Axl Rose says when he bites the side of his tongue.
Yeah.
When he says,
Welcome to the tungle."
Welcome to the tungle.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like a tool or like that kind of thing you hold to push the pieces over in shuffleboard.
Right.
It does have like that is kind of like a thing.
Yeah,
it sounds like.
you're using the tungle wrong. You know.
Hey, FLOOGINE, let's go play some
It is
tungle.
that kind of word where, like,
And everybody goes,
it's
"Oh,
kinda like-
that's what that's called."
right, like aglet.
Right. It's right. You would never think that thing had a name.
Let's go
And it's like,
flimber and tungle, FLOOGINE, eh?
Flimber and tungle. That's
Let's see how many
smooth-
guys in the chat room know what
That's
an
a smooth-
aglet is
Go flimber and tungle with your FLOOGINE tonight.
without checking it, guys.
There you go.
I can't.
I thought that was a law firm.
Oh, flimber and tungle?
Flimber and tungle. law.
LLC?
LLC.
Flimber and tungle.
Oh, that's
Maurice
what that is.
Tungle, Esquire. Was that?
I just looked.
Oh,
it up.
Bill, I'm going to tungle.
What?
I didn't know that had a name.
Was that?
An aglet.
An aglet.
Yeah.
You want to fill in anybody who doesn't
Nope.
know?
Isn't that the creatures on Cloud City in Star Wars?
Nope.
Oh, that's an Ugnaught.
Oh, you,
Sorry.
you had to look it up?
Yeah, a simple Google search will tell you. So I'm not going to do the work for you.
Yeah. Look it up yourself. Welcome to 2017. There you go, kids.
Let's
now
see
you
how
have
many people
homework.
know what it is without checking.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. Well, actually, Wesley says I know what an aglet is without checking. So, but it says he might have spelled that wrong. So, that's probably very true.
I'm being represented by
If anyone-
Flimble, Tungle, and
Anyone seen
FLOOGINE.
Phineas and Ferb is going to know.
I'm sorry. What?
Anyone who has seen Phineas and Ferb is going to know.
Anybody who's seen Phineas and Ferb. So, has anybody ever seen Phineas and Ferb?
Phineas and Ferb is actually a very good cartoon.
I believe it.
You believe it?
I like Heckle and Jekyll.
No. What's left, guys?
Emails.
Emails. Shit.
James, Steph, and Wesley.
I didn't think anybody in the chat was going to come through, but then Thomas K got one, and he goes, with Tungle, you can use your local area network multiplier option to your games to play with your friends online.
I like mine better, Tom. Sorry.
As most people do. They always like their own more than they like other people's.
It's you're damn right.
You're damn right, and that's why you should stop.
That's why
Stop what?
I don't know. Just preferencing your own stuff.
Get me upset.
Easy outing.
And that's usually why bosses win.
Don't be a FLOOGINE.
Oh. You're spreading your FLOOGINE all over the place.
Yeah, I've got my FLOOGINE all over the
You're getting
place.
FLOOGINE all over the place. All right.
FLOOGINE.
I'm not sure why, but James says thank you, Bob.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. I'm not sure why either, but
I'm sure he'll fill us in.
yeah, please.
So you guys like my CD? I saw that. Thank you for that.
All right. Palmer also
Retweeted.
noticed that you made a backsheet reference, Jay. And then, well done on that, I guess. So there's that. And Bill's got to vamp a little bit because he didn't have the emails open. Womp, womp, womp. But it doesn't take long because this is the age of the internet, folks. And you click it, it opens. It maybe sometimes has to marinate just a little bit. But then it comes right there.
AKA Logan.
All right. First email is actually from Stephanie Muniz.
Hey, she got one in early.
Steph.
I'm probably saying her last name wrong, too, by the way.
Sammy.
I think I've been saying it wrong my entire adult life. The thank you was for the Phineas and Ferb mention.
Okay.
So Stephanie starts out, hey, yous guys, this weekend we're rolling into record high temperatures, which will lead to a smoldering 120, 121 degree next week.
Jesus Christ.
She's in Arizona, for those who don't know. Needless to say, I will be limiting my activities and sticking to an air-conditioned car or a house. My question to all of you, if you were living on the surface of the sun, a.k.a. Phoenix, would you be able to survive the dry 120-degree heat? That's all from me. Take care, fellas. I don't think so.
Well, I think that really depends on if there's anything to do in Phoenix. Because if you're just sitting there cooking, no one can.
I don't think it's,
But
you know.
if you can do things, I mean, if you got a life,
Phoenix.
then okay, you can deal with it.
I know that's like around about as hot as it gets in Iraq and like other parts of the. You're literally in the desert, Steph. I'm not sure why you're living there. It's the old Sam Kinison bit. It's like, you see this? This is sand. Nothing grows here. Leave.
Yeah, Phoenix
There's
is
no
not where you
water.
want to
There's
be,
no
man. I mean,
food. Go.
Things die here.
Yes.
pack it up and come here.
Actually, things don't
Come
die
to the
here.
Northeast.
They cook.
Yes.
I don't particularly like the fucking heat.
You know what it is? I'm just not used to
I
it.
can't function it. I mean,
Well,
I can survive it. I'll say that. I will survive
Oh,
it.
yeah. I mean, I'll
If I had
adjust,
to.
money helps.
But that's not me. I need to change the seasons. I just do.
Yeah, I'd like to know if in places like Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
just what the rate of sales for stoves, backyard grills,
anything that generates heat in general seems to be dipped down.
Cars colored black.
yeah.
You guys have like indoor barbecue ovens, like grills? Like, how do you do it?
I think they do it underground.
Yeah. When I was in Florida, it was just like, last time I was down there, it was just like, it was so hot and it was pervasive.
Well, that's-
and at least down there, there's some kind of humidity and shit. But that's like a trade-off because it's no cool breeze pushing it.
Oh no, it's
It's
just you're breathing hot soup.
It's like, it's just, you might
That's
as well,
really what you're doing. It's just like
You breathe it. You stew.
it's like
that's what it feels like. It's just like-
you're in a room full of sweaty people, but you're outside. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't take it. Like I want to move north. Like,
Yeah.
I would go to Iceland if I didn't have to learn another language.
Or it could be Icelandic with Bjork.
Yeah.
You can just learn Bjork.
Iceland.
Yeah. You can just, they speak English up there. I know.
ice baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice, baby.
And he had
I'm not gonna entertain your Bjork because I'm afraid we'll get too much
No.
Bjork.
and he had all
I'm done.
And he had all those pretty people from D2. The Mighty Ducks are back.
I was gonna ask you if you can sing like Bjork, but
No.
I like some Bjork, to be honest with you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm a weirdo like that. I like everything. That's the problem. All right, so
There's really more to life than this.
all right. Anyway, because it just reminds me too of the fish oil commercial that was playing like forever out here on the radio. Icelandic fish oils will help you for hundreds of years. The fish and people of Iceland or whatever, and blah 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 blah.
Right.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
god.
And if you
Right, remember
complain
Radio-
once more,
There's something about radio commercials
That
like,
just
they need
crap.
they need to be stopped.
Just in general, can we figure out a way?
Not so
around
much
them?
that one, but the Cars for Kids commercial. Like even when that's on TV.
First of all, I'm like, these kids can't even drive. Why are we giving them cars?
I have violent reactions to that commercial. Like I've almost gotten into car accidents.
Well, the best jingles are the ones
had
you
to
can never get out of your head. And sadly,
1877 cars for kids.
No. But it's that.
I wrote that song.
It's that.
I like that
with
song.
the high pitched voices.
Howard Stern used to have this one commercial for Cousins Paintball.
Oh, Cousins Paintball on Route 9. Yeah.
He had one for Car Cash too. Remember that?
And the guy who made it on purpose to have every single thing that you're not supposed to do in a radio commercial.
Right.
He put in. It's all the old school stuff that no one does anymore.
Yeah.
But it was great because it was so bad.
Yeah, it stuck out like a sore thumb. That's for fucking shit.
Cousins Paintball.
Cousins Paintball, Route 33 out of South Brunswick. You know, whatever. Just
We got the paper machine gun. We got the paper this. We got the paper. It was like the worst accent. It was
Bob Shazuli Oil Mall. Bob Shazuli.
or Raceway Park.
Oh, that's still going on.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I wish I could go sometimes.
Oh, Raceway Park.
Yeah, I haven't been-
Raceway Park.
I usually only go with the swap meets once in a while.
Thank you, Steph.
So on to Wesley.
Shriek on Wesley.
Wesley. Master Wesley. Please put down the cat, Master Wesley.
Whose dirty towel is in the foyer?
Why is this towel so stiff, Master Wesley? What have you been using it for?
I've been wiping up my my jizz.
Like, all of a sudden, 6-year-old, 10-year-old Wesley turns to Mario?
Yeah. My
That's
jizz.
what it is. Oops, Mario made a mess. All right, so I thought about the princess too much. Okay. I get excited.
Hey,
All right.
I got a little lightsaber in my pants. All right, so go ahead. Sorry.
It's a little Mario string cheese.
Jesus,
Okay.
that's dangerous.
Go ahead, go.
We're ending where this show started.
What?
Like it's crazy and
Read-
goofy.
read
All
the
right,
email.
I'm sorry. Hey, you gentlemen. That's very nice of him.
Oh, nice.
He's so nice. People say popular things go through cycles.
Wait. Is he saying we're all pussies? He's calling us gentle.
Yeah,
What are we
soft. He's saying at least very least that was soft.
Bunch of fucking flugines.
I always think.
Huh?
I always think of us as gentlemen. I don't know.
Fucking flimba and dungling.
Speak for yourself,
Yeah,
Hank.
really. Maybe you're gentle, but I ain't no gentle. I ain't
No,
no
he's
gentle
flimba.
guy.
I'm all man.
That's right. I'm flimba.
You're flimba.
I'm all man, no
I ain't
gentle.
more flimba than anybody else.
You ain't nobody's
I
flugine.
flimba more flimba than anybody's flimba. I'll tell you that right
Exactly.
Maybe Wordulary was a bad idea. I don't know. I can't tell.
You fucking flugine, eh?
now. I'll flugine you right here, buddy.
Hey.
Hey,
So what does this person want to know?
So go
I
ahead.
got your flugine right
Hey,
here.
I got
For
your
some reason-
fucking tungle right here.
I forgot who this email's from.
Tungleitis.
I'll toggle you, all right?
Tungalooch.
Are we still on Steph's email?
We're on Wesley Tungle.
Wesley. Okay.
Something like that.
Young Wesley Tungle. Hey, you gentlemen. People say popular things go through cycles, like clothing from the 80s was getting popular in the early 2000s. Do you think there's a similar cycle in things like movies, comics, and music? If so, what do you think we can expect to change? Okay, yeah, then he's got a second question, so we'll stick with that first. Do you think there's a similar cycle in things like movies, comics, and music? So I guess saying that, can we expect on the
Sorry, similar
horizon?
to what?
Just to that, how 80s, like things from the 80s kind of came back in the early 2000s, or even like right now a little bit.
Well, that happens all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, when there was in the 90s,
Yeah.
there was a popular thing was the 70s.
Sure.
Well, you
In
know,
the 80s, it was the 60s.
All of a sudden, people
I-
start wearing 50s stuff.
Yeah.
because
I would say
people reach an
usually-
age where they want to relive everything, and that's the
You-
cycles.
Usually like 30-year cycles. I can remember 90s, everything was all retro 60s.
You know what? But I think that window's getting smaller, man. I think we
Yeah.
live in an age now because everybody can just access everything. Like trends can just pop up now all the time. Like, you know, like how, like granted, like swing music. Okay, I got you. Made that weird voodoo poppin' daddies resurgence swing music.
That was like the late 90s.
late
yeah.
90s, and that's like a thing where that's a big gap window for that to
Yeah.
kind of come back. So sure, but
By the way,
I feel like
I miss swing music.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. You know, those Dockers look amazing on you.
That's me smacking Ed for liking swing music.
That's fucked up that he hit you just for that.
I ain't no nice guy anymore.
We have,
Oh, Lemmy just
we
came.
got to take him to a Slayer show.
Oh, yeah, you got to go to a Slayer show, brother.
Yeah. You need to dance with the dead in your dreams
Oh, wait.
and listen to the hollowed screams. That's what you need to do. You know what look good on you? A dead skin mask.
Or we can take him to a Guar. We can ease him into Slayer, take him to Guar.
He probably knows who Guar is anyway, because they're at comic book conventions constantly stinking up the place.
Like the Misfits.
Oh, I saw Guar. The first time Dad, Bob, ever saw Guar was
Oh,
at a Comic
you tell
Con.
me, you tell me
And
about
fucking, here comes one of them. I don't know which one it was. It was probably the lead dude or just whoever's like the fucking tallest when he's got all that shit on. And dude is like, you know, they just don't bathe, I think, for days leading up to a gig like
It's
that.
part of the show.
It's part of the show. It's the
Yeah.
mystique. So he comes walking down like main aisle, like right by us. Stinks to the fucking heavens. And so Dad's like, wow, look at that. That's some fucking costume to fucking put together. I'm like, Dad, that dude, he's actually, they're in a band. They all do that.
He like slept in that costume.
Yeah. For a while,
like-
they even had one
like-
chick who was like a super fan, became part of the group.
That's, yeah, right. But they used to do crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Giant meat grinder on the stage, put people who listen through it. And then like it spurts out all this fucking fake meat and shit all over
Yeah,
everybody.
my friend got hit in the head with a piece of liver one time. He's like they slapped on him.
I'm
He's like,
gonna
what the
save
fuck is this?
I'm going to save it forever.
And it was a piece of like liver.
Hey man, it could be worse. They could have been playing theremins.
Yeah, that's true. That's even worse. So, but in general, I'll say,
Oh my god, I'm looking at
quote
these character names.
from what?
From
well,
Guar.
to finish out the Guar conversation, hit us with the names. There.
Odorous Arungus.
The Berserker Blothar, Ballsack, the Jaws of Death, Beefcake the Mighty. Their drummer is named Jizmac the Gusha.
I was waiting for something like that. Yeah,
Pustulus Maximus.
that's the one I was waiting for. Pustulus.
Bone Snapper, Sawborg Destructo.
Yeah.
And
So-
their manager is Sleazy P. Martini.
So I think people have come and gone, but their tagline
well,
was
well,
"Scum
Odorous
Dog."
died.
Yeah, Odorous died, and their tagline was "Scum Dogs of the Universe." Right. So to go back to Wesley's email and his question, I think one of the things I'll say
Hey, get on the mailing list.
is there's a great quote in a Tribe Called Quest song where
Hang on. Sorry.
don't insult something you don't know. Where it's my pops used to say that I can't remember the line, so I'm gonna drop it because that threw me off. All right,
I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, you fucking I'm crying inside, and I can't do the show. I can't do the show.
No, you see, there's a great line.
There was, man, and I can't remember it, and that's really what the issue is. It's not so much you. I was stalling the whole time.
Hang on, let me try Googling that. Great line.
One thing about Wesley's email.
See what comes up. Great line from Tribe Called Quest.
One thing about Wesley's email is that I do think that they keep looking back 20 years ago to see what worked and what didn't, and they always try to revive it in present day. Remakes are the biggest thing regarding to his email. They always look at movies that worked in the 70s. Well, let's remake that. It worked then. It should work now. So
Okay, so Axis has an
Yeah.
article, the 5 best lines from a Tribe Called Quest song.
All right, stop.
Okay.
All right, stop.
I can't believe you're fucking talking about that.
I don't know. Ed, keep the bit going.
Let's gotta check everything.
Daddy, don't you know that Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson? Bobby Brown's just amping like Michael. Whatever. Daddy, don't you know that these things come in cycles? Bobby Brown's just amping like Michael. Something like that.
Well, what was the point you were trying to make?
That's why I was trying to move on from it.
Okay.
Because-
Second part of the email. Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
If you
I think that's a reference of new addition to the Jackson 5.
yeah, basically.
I gotta be honest, I'm reading through these, nothing's really popping out at me.
well, not in
It's
this
'cause they suck.
well, not in this context. You know.
Because they're not show tunes.
All right, fair enough. That's true. Well, that's true. That's true. And it's not Richard Cheese. But if Richard Cheese did a cover of it, you'd be like, wow, this is some deep shit.
He probably
This is probably
has.
deeper than my ass, my crack, my booty, my back, or whatever the fucking song it is that he covers from what's her name? All right.
You got to get the soundtrack for Down Rock of Ages.
All right. If you had to disappear and avoid detection, like in the show Hunted, do you think you could do it? Anybody familiar with the show Hunted?
Well, you're basically being hunted. You mean?
I'm guessing. I'm not familiar with
I don't
it.
know the. I don't know the show, but it sounds like
if it's scripted or if it's a reality show.
I mean, I've often wondered if I could do Alone because there's like a $500,000 prize if you get
Right,
through like the 30 days.
Is that the Naked and Alone?
No, not that one.
Bob's like, I'm not doing it naked. Fuck that. I'm wearing at least fucking shorts. There's bugs.
I mean, it's messed up though. You see, like in the commercials, you see people like, I haven't eaten in days, and then they just fall down on the ground. You know, I haven't had like solid food in like 20 days.
All right, so I think Wesley was giving us an update. You were a fugitive, and the government is looking for you. I don't know. Could I stay off the grid, hide from the government? No way.
You stay right where you are.
Yeah.
About 2 blocks away from where they think you are.
Yeah, there you go. Because they'll never suspect that, right?
Yeah.
Right under their nose type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's what Mike did in Better Call Saul.
That's true. That's
You just stay right where you are. You don't worry about anything. And maybe you take a nap. In a booth. I don't know.
It's gone.
This isn't even close.
Yeah, I know. It's gone. I don't know. Whatever that was. It was the mothership telling us, we're out of time.
We ain't out of time.
Yeah, well, wait.
Now
wait,
it's
wait.
time to say goodbye.
Wait, hang on. We still have emails?
No.
That's it, too.
Then we're out.
We're out of show.
Then we're out of time.
I mean, we're out of show, basically.
It's 77 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You say I got 8:17.
It's 77 minutes, man.
It's a nice fluid show. It's
Yeah.
a nice, tight, concise.
Is that it? There's only 2 emails.
Yeah, it was only 2 emails.
I guess I read an email.
You forgot to do one while you were in there taking a leak before.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. He
I was
says
gone
one
for
more
34
question.
seconds.
Wesley says there's one more question. I need to scroll down. Okay, yeah, he's right. Woof, woof. All right, bonus show. Wesley had another question. Some movies are very intricate and require more than one viewing to fully understand. What do you think are some of the best like this? This is a good question. This is actually a really good question. Hopefully we won't murder it and go on too crazy long. But he says, if I don't see you, hey, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And Wesley will want to say the same to you. And if I could be there, I'd tuck you in. Okay?
That's not weird.
No. I don't know if it helps, really, but I would say Usual Suspects.
Yes.
Yeah.
It definitely opens up another layer that makes you think, wow, a third or fourth viewing still may not make this perfect. But, you know, I think that's one of those movies.
I think all of David Lynch's resume.
And even then, the understanding might be...
Yeah.
I'm going to say, oh, God, book 2.
I would say all of Terry Gilliam's resume, and for half of those, it's helpful.
Right. And it's for a lot of guys, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the other half, it's like, oh no, I'm never gonna get this. But for the ones that you do watch, I would say like Brazil or Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. There's definitely more nuggets and understanding.
Well, you definitely have to watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas more than once to understand what the fuck is going on.
Just to catch dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, just to understand,
that one dude, he's
Hershey
mumbling all the
Mustard?
time.
one guy is mumbling like crazy, other guy's talking a mile a minute like this. Oh, yeah, buddy, we had carousel levels. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, all right.
As an attorney, I advise you.
This is bad country.
Just throw it in. Just throw it in. You want to hit
White Rabbit.
It's a high blow. You throw it in. And he's like, all right.
No, I want to go watch
This
that
guy's
again.
fucked up. But okay. All right. That's good. I think the guy who did Primer and Upstream Color,
Yeah.
his movies.
Nothing was another one of his.
Yeah? Okay.
That was way out there.
Yeah.
By the way,
Which I feel like are good movies, but they're so different that people kind of like,
Yeah. By the way, Terry Gilliam and Johnny Depp, I'm calling you out. You need to do an adaptation, like right now, of Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72.
It's a time machine, bro. He's old now. How do you make him younger?
Yeah, no.
Just skip over that. Don't even acknowledge it. Just kind of have him.
Johnny
bring it-
Depp can get away with it, I think.
Well, also in when they made Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, he was playing 20 years older.
Well, that's true too. They plucked out all his hair and or
Yeah.
skin
Yeah.
wig or whatever.
Yeah, so he could pull off that look.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's not too late for that.
And even if they kind of just don't acknowledge it, that'd be fine because it's such an over the top kind of thing anyway. Probably.
Yeah.
You know. But as for movies that are very intricate and require more than one viewing to fully understand,
There was a film I can recall from Richard Kelly called Southland Tales. Ever hear of that?
I think I have.
Dwayne Johnson is in it.
Okay,
it's,
yeah, right.
Sherry
Kevin
O'Terry.
Smith's in that movie, right?
Yeah, he is. And when you watch it for the first time, it's really like a too much of a heavy animal to absorb in one sit.
Okay.
And even if you are keeping up with it, you're like,
Right.
fuck, man, it's just way out there. So you got to do Donnie Darko.
Okay.
Even that, Donnie Darko is another one where you watch that, you're like, fuck, this is kind of deep.
Yeah,
I heard
Donnie Darko's another one. Yeah, processed it a couple times.
But it's good. I think Donnie Darko is actually a very good movie.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. What did you say?
I was going to say Kevin Smith on one of his Evening with specials talked about
Southland Tales?
yeah, I don't think it had been made yet. I think he talked about like the prep for that movie, and evidently the director was telling him like, "I want you to try to lose 80 pounds," and he's like, "I don't know if I could do that." And he's like, "Okay, so your character's gonna be in a wheelchair. He's not gonna have any legs." And he goes, "Oh, okay. So if you take off my legs, I will lose 80 pounds."
That guy's probably like, no, we're not gonna. No sense of humor. You know what I mean? All right, unless everybody else has got a couple other suggestions on that, I think that's going to wrap up the emails.
Cool.
Unbreakable, I was thinking.
You know what? Unbreakable is a good one like that.
The Prestige.
The Prestige. You know, obviously, you don't have to rewatch it because they kind of show you the clips, but
Inception, even.
well, Inception, yeah, sure. Just for a lot of people, that was a heavy load. But the other one from M. Night Shyamalan, the first one,
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. I mean, they kind of show you everything you needed to see, but like to kind of like take it all in and rewatch, and that's actually pretty good. And you kind of pull back and just kind of enjoy the trickery they pulled on you in a way. It's not so much like you really understand it more.
Yeah.
Because they kind of give you everything you need at the end, but just kind of like to appreciate like how I got fooled is always an interesting thing. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Cool.
That's it. We're wrapping it up.
Just one little thing here. Stephen First died today. The guy that played Flounder in Animal House.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, he just passed away.
That's sad. You know how he got that job? He used to put he was a pizza delivery boy, and he used to put his headshots on the insides of the pizza when he delivered them. So he actually got a call for an audition from that.
Wow.
Well, he died from complications of diabetes. Best known for playing Kent Flounder Dorfman in Animal House. So,
Dorfman.
Godspeed.
Well, we're gonna now's the time. We're gonna fold up shop.
This I did not know. He directed a few episodes of Babylon 5.
Babylon 5.
Wow.
I'm sure it was all the good ones.
He was 63. Rest in peace.
I wonder if any of those were the ones where Walter Koenig was the guest star.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You just hope it's the only ones that you've seen.
63. Shall be missed. Too soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So hang out if you're in the chat room. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna
Not be as depressed.
Not be as depressed. We're gonna get all hopped up on some sugary snacks that we will describe when we get back. A little taste testy kind of thing, and I don't know, maybe some other stuff.
Maybe.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of stuff.
Oh, so much stuff, kids. Overstuffed with stuff.
It's going to be all over the ceiling.
Oh, that's disgusting. All right, so Jay, where can people find you?
Uncle Jay at Jason Chickalese on Twitter.
On the Twitter. Ed.
I am on Twitter at Edward O'Hare TBD.
Woohoo.
At Bob WTPC.
There you go, folks.
Flugine.
At Flugine. So, I'm sure it's available. Flugine.com.
Tungle Flimber at Flugine.
Tungle Flimber.
On Twitter.
Tungle Flimber.
Tungle Flimber at Flugine.
I bet you can't wait till we play that game again, folks.
I can't wait to create that on fucking Twitter.
So with that, kids, I am and the show is at wickedtheory.com. I'm at Wicked Theory on Twitter. And find us wherever good podcasts are given away for free, like iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music. And then we'll do it live every Saturday. Come join us next time. And then, Bob, when you're ready, take us out of here.
Thank you, Bob. Cash.
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that?
Welcome to the DC TV report for the week ending Saturday, June 17th, 2017. I'm Edward O'Hare, nicknamed To Be Determined. It looked like we were just down to iZombie this week, but DC decided to post a new episode of Powerless on YouTube with special guest star Adam West. What a great surprise! So, let's get started. Tuesday, iZombie. Liv and Blaine crashed the zombie haters party. Harley Johns escaped, but all his friends were killed by Fillmore Graves. Liv, Blaine, Don, and soldier Zach chowed down on Bo John's brains, and the conspiracy theories were a-flowin'. Zach's visions led Fillmore Graves to a cabin that turned out to be a trap. Clive and Liv found Harley hiding in a bunker under the cabin, shot him, realized he was being framed, and turned into a zombie. Major's new fun with Shauna was spoiled when she posted pics of their sex fort on Tumblr, and a breakup ensued. Peyton discovered Tatum Weckler was a zombie, found her father's missing SD card, and uncovered that Mayor-elect Floyd Baracus was involved in the dominatrix murders. Last-minute reveal, Ravi saw a street-side newspaper headline and learned that Rachel, his new friend, who he revealed all of his zombie secrets to, was really an undercover journalist, and she just published a full expose on zombies in Seattle. And Friday, Powerless. Aliens destroyed Emily's new condo. The team's unsuccessful attempts to cheer her up were compounded when Chairman Dean West told Emily she had to fire someone. Van became so depressed about not getting promoted that he let Teddy and Ronnie try giving him flash powers, which turned out to be a prank. Emily fixed the budget not to fire someone, but Dean West used that budget to sell Wayne's security to LexCorp. The team thought they were getting fired, but learned their new job benefits included nachos, spa treatments, and dolphin swimming. Van stumbled onto the wormhole the aliens were coming from, and the team were going to be turned into nacho cheese. But Jackie saved the day with her new flash powers. Last-minute reveal, the team caught Dean West talking to a tree and learned that they might still have their jobs. That's the DC TV report for this week. You can find me here and on the Wicked Theory podcast live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on Mixlr. Feel free to download us wherever good podcasts are given away for free and visit us at wickedtheory.com. I'm Edward O'Hare, and this has been a Wicked Theory Studios production.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixlr.com/wicked-theory. Mixlr is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.